I weep for the long ago past, with its losses. I sob for the recent emptiness left by departing loved ones who found a place in our hearts. People like Paul Mallet, Catherine Deere, Adelaide Deere, Jane and Clark Fett, Donald Monroe, John Broder. These are the ancestors of the future. They, among so many others, have acted in the true nature of old Bergen Church, helping to fashion its historic foundation, its true meaning of Christianity. They are among the throngs who have gone before and by whose actions this church is still alive today. These are the spirits who fill our church, our hearts, and our souls as we worship. They give us empowerment, courage, hope for the future, whatever it may entail. 350 years is an awful long time, and it's filled with many names. A time of history-making events, a time of tears, of learning, of mistakes and regrets.
I promise this is the last time. Then you can have more cheese. By the turn of the 20th century, much had changed in the little town of Bergen. The town itself would have disappeared into the present city of Jersey City, created in the 1870s by the merge of the former towns of Van Voorst, Greenville, Hudson City, Bergen, and the original Jersey City. Bergen Avenue, which was once a tree-lined, tree-shaded thoroughfare lined with beautiful Dutch homes, some dating back to colonial times, was quickly becoming an urban business center it is today. In 1926, to accommodate the widening of Bergen Avenue, 385 bodies were disinterred from the old Bergen Cemetery and moved to the Meadowland section of Arlington Cemetery in Kearney, where today a single monument marks their final resting place. Such drastic changes to the appearance of Old Bergen prompted a parishioner of Old Bergen Church to become a keeper of the history of our area. Daniel Van Winkle, born in 1831, portrays his family history in Bergen back to the very beginning of the church. While his father operated a grocery store in the old town of Bergen, he attended school at the Columbia Academy on the site of the current Martin Luther King School. Admitted to Rutgers University in 1855 and graduating in 1858, he was widely known as the school's oldest living alumni at the time of his death in 1935. Admitted to the bar in 1863, he only briefly practiced law, stating years later that he could never reconcile himself to defending the guilty. After a short business career, Daniel found his one true calling when he gave himself over to historical research and writing. Van Winkle soon became one of the preeminent local historians, serving as the founding member of the Hudson County Historical Society. He wrote many times on the history of our area, including two cornerstone books, Old Bergen and the History of the Municipalities of Hudson County. In 1910, he wrote a series of articles on the history of Hudson County, which appeared in the New York Times and was used as a guideline for a historical essay contest to celebrate the then 250th anniversary of the town of Bergen. Today, Daniel Webster lies buried in Old Bergen Cemetery among a sea of his former family members. I would just now like to call up Reverend Allen for a few final words.
Thank you to you for inviting me back here tonight. My history doesn't go back all that far, only 40 years with you. I'll give you an advertisement that on Sunday we will be worshiping in the style of the 18th century, and you're all invited to come join us for worship at 11 o'clock. It is indeed a privilege and an honor for me to thank all of those people who took part in this evening's events. And I invite you to go in peace and take the peace of the Lord with you out into the world. Pick the spirit that has lived on in Bergen Church with you, out into our ever-changing and always changing neighborhoods. Bring the good news of love and joy and peace. May God be with you all. Amen.
This is a very historic event, and I'm very happy to be here today. And I'm very grateful to Mr. Bill Innes and to Mary Sue for allowing me to be here for this very historic event. And I'm truly, truly blessed. My husband and I actually have the chapel area of Higher Heights Christian Ministries right by the old Bergen Church. So it's really an historic event, and I'm really blessed to be here. God bless America.